Let's go on a trip to India. It's a land of really old stories and amazing buildings. And guess what? Hidden all over India are special temples for Surya, the sun god. These aren't just normal temples, they're like doorways to the sky, showing us how people used to look up to the stars. Come with us as we explore these awesome sun temples. We'll learn about their history, how they were built, and what people believed about them. From the beaches of Odisha to the flatlands of Gujarat, each temple has its own story, written in stone and lit up by the sun. They've seen hundreds of years of stories, art and stargazing. Let's uncover their secrets and enjoy India's amazing culture. The Konark Sun Temple in Odisha is super important. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It's a really great example of Kalinga architecture. It looks like a giant chariot for Surya, the sun god. 12 pairs of beautifully carved horses pull the chariot. It has huge stone wheels and each one stands for an hour of the day. Amazing carvings cover the whole temple. They show stories from Hindu myths, what life was like in palaces, and even some grown-up stuff. The Konark Sun Temple isn't just a religious place, it shows how talented the builders and artists of ancient India were. Its detailed carvings and how it lines up with the stars still amaze historians, astronomers and art lovers today. The Madera Sun Temple in Gujarat is a beautiful building from the Solanki dynasty. This temple, built in the 1000s, is famous for its beautiful carvings and how it lines up with the sun. The main room, where the Surya statue used to be, is built so that the first sunlight of the day shines on it during the equinoxes. The temple has three main parts: the Surya Kund, the Sabha Mandap and the Guda Mandap. The Surya Kund is a huge rectangular pool used for special baths. The Madera Sun Temple shows how skilled the builders were and how much people respected the sun in ancient India. High up in the Himalayas, looking down on the Kashmir Valley, are the broken pieces of the Martin Sun Temple. This temple from the 700s shows how art and faith can survive even when things are destroyed. Even though it's in ruins, it's still really impressive. Built in the Kashmiri style, the Martin Sun Temple looks a bit like an old Greek temple. Its huge courtyard, once surrounded by covered walkways, shows how grand it used to be. From high up on a flat area, the temple has amazing views of the valley. Even though it's broken, the Martin Sun Temple is still awesome, reminding us of the power of old art and beliefs. In Andhra Pradesh, in the eastern Ghats Mountains, is the Surya Narayana Temple. It's a very important place for Hindus. This temple from the 1200s honors Surya, who gives light and life. It's a great example of Vijayanagara architecture. The temple is famous for its detailed carvings, tall towers, and a big stone chariot for Surya. The temple walls are covered in beautiful carvings showing stories from Hindu myths, especially about Surya. The Surya Narayana Temple isn't just a beautiful building, it shows the strong faith of the people. It's like a symbol of hope and the never-ending cycle of life, death and rebirth, just like the sun. India's sun temples are more than just pretty buildings. They're like stories made of history, stars, art and spirituality. They show us a time when people lived close to nature, watching the sun and stars and making them part of their lives and beliefs. These temples all over India show different kinds of architecture and culture, but they all have one thing in common. They all honor Surya, the sun god. The sun temples show how clever the ancient Indian astronomers and builders were. The way they line up with the sun shows they knew a lot about the stars. The detailed carvings and statues tell stories from Hindu myths, keeping old traditions alive. They invite us to travel back in time.